Hey everyone, we're here with Live with the Leaders, and I have a very special guest for you today, Jen Whipple. Jen, you've been with in real estate now for over 18 years. I know you got a lot of great information that we wanted to talk about. We've been trying to get together for, I don't know, over a year now to do a podcast and just share, I want you to share today just, how you got in business, what you're doing now. I mean, you've done some really great things in real estate, and I think a lot of people always wonder a little bit about you and some of your background. How did you know you wanted to be in real estate? Let's start there.
Well, when I originally started doing real estate, I was working at a Best Fitness, and I was selling gym memberships at the time, and I was doing really well. I was out there talking to people, networking, helping them do different events, and real estate always interested me, so I went and took the course and kind of started from there. And honestly, working at the gym did help me initially because it kind of got me out talking to people out in the gym, and I would give them my business card and kind of let them know the new career path that I was on, and that really set the stage, I would say, for that.
Yeah, I don't think you ever had a problem talking to people. You're
Right.
pretty natural about that. And I know, you were doing that, and then you went to a national franchise. You were working on a team
Correct.
for a number of years. And then we did a deal together. That's kind of how we met. And I was impressed with how you handled the situation, how you handled the buyers. I don't think we really had too many issues or problems, but we closed on time.
We did.
And you and I got communicating, and at that point, you were kind of plugged into our training already, seeing some of the videos that we put out there. And then we had that conversation about coming over to Miranda. So since you came over, I know I'm sharing some stats here that I have here, but your first year with us, I mean, your business grew over 200%,
It did.
right? Tell us a little about how did that happen and how did you do that?
I think initially when I was on a team, that was great. I got a lot of education, a lot of hands-on training with that. But after a few years of doing that, I was ready to kind of spread my wings, grow my business, make a brand of my own. And Miranda really intrigued me on that. And after we spoke and you showed me what kind of training and how you could help me grow my business, I thought this is going to be a win-win. So yeah, that was a lot of the things that you had showed us, obviously, like client events and farming and all the pillars of your business. It really helped me. I took the knowledge and ran with it, and that's
Right.
how I was able to grow my business.
Yeah, I knew it'd be perfect for you because you were, like you said, a people person. You really had a great database already. People knew who you were. And you were successful even on the team, right? Like you were hidden behind the team because your numbers were under that team leader, but at the end of the day, you did a lot of production on your own. Your name was out there for sure.
It was out there. I just felt at different points at that time that I wasn't getting recognized.
Right.
I know people knew of me, but I wasn't getting the recognition that I felt I deserved,
Right.
as an individual agent.
Right, and so at that time is when you said, okay, I'm gonna go on my own, I'm gonna brand myself and start building a name for myself.
Yes.
And that's what we really capitalized on. I remember I was having that first sit-down conversation where we kind of laid out the 4 pillars.
Yep.
I always go over the same things with a lot of our agents now, with getting your COI going, getting your off-market, offline marketing going, which is your geographic farm.
Right.
We talked about your online presence, but also your social media presence, which I just looked at the other day, and looks like you have almost 5,000 people, which I think that's the max, right?
That is the max. Yeah, we were just talking about that. So
Yeah. So
it's really nice to network with a lot of those people as well.
Mhm.
So when I'm sharing different things on Facebook, they're engaging.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Well, let's talk about a couple different ways that you've grown your business and some of the things that you do that are extra to help your clients. Because really, I mean, do you pay for leads?
I don't.
Yeah,
No.
100% of your business is organic. It's based on all the things that we just talked about. I know one of the big things that you're known for, Jen, is you're known for a lot of the community events that you do. And I know you just had a very successful event the other day. I know a couple weeks ago we were interviewing a very good friend of mine, Pat Garrity, who does this tree event every year up in Canada. You loved the idea and ran with it, and I think you
did.
pulled it all together within like 2 weeks.
I did.
Right?
I did.
Tell us a little about that event. How did that go?
So that event was amazing. That was the first time I ever did this particular event. It was called, you can name it whatever you want, but I called it Trees of Cheer. And so basically I partnered up with the local fire department and they were already selling trees there, obviously for the season. But I corresponded with a few vendors that I work with, and we were gonna do the first 50 people get a free Christmas tree. So we thought that was a great idea, so I partnered up with some vendors, got some money raised, and I had one of my friends come. They handed out some hot chocolate. We were there on a Friday night from 6 to 9. I think we left a little early because it was pretty cold.
Yeah.
But it was a great, great turnout. We sold almost all of our trees, and some families were so surprised. They didn't even know, because if they don't have social media, they didn't know about the event.
Right.
And that really was exciting. And then some people that came did know about the event, and it was nice to put a face to the name. And
So basically, you were giving out free trees to the people that needed it most, correct?
yes,
Right.
yes, giving back to the community. So whoever needed a tree, and yeah, it was awesome.
And the vendors paid for the trees, which
Yes.
is nice.
Yes, myself and them, yeah.
Yeah, and then you also raised money for charity.
I did, for the Children's Hospital.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome. So that was a tree event, and again, that's fresh in our mind because it just happened over the last couple of weeks. But you usually do, I don't know, 3, 4 different client events throughout the year. One in particular, I know you do every year, is the pie event, right?
Yeah.
Like around Thanksgiving, where you give out pies. I don't know how many pies did you give out this year? You remember?
Yeah, over 100.
Over 100 pies.
Over 100 pies. My clients really look forward to that, so I can't skip on that event.
Right.
They're looking forward to those pies.
Yeah, that's awesome. We do that. It's a Tuesday before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And then you have a family event where you bring the little tots and kids that come. I
Yeah.
know you had the Build-A-Bear event one year, and I think
Yeah.
we do that consistently, which was great. And then you do a family, what was it, Elms family event?
Aunt Elm's Family Farm. So this past October, we invited all the families with their children, and they got a free pass to come in and utilize all the different activities that they had there, and
Right.
the animals and stuff like that.
Awesome. Now, I think you have a new one that you're going to be introducing coming up in
Yes.
2026. What's that?
We're gonna rent out the movie theater,
Nice.
and we're gonna get a Pixar family film, probably Toy Story 5 maybe, or yeah, we're
Okay.
gonna rent out the movie theater and try that one out. I think that'll be fun.
So again, instead of buying leads, which a lot of agents do,
Right.
and it works, buying leads does
It
work.
does,
You chose to put money into your clients,
correct.
right? And why is that important versus, say going out and just buying leads?
I mean, I guess there's nothing wrong with buying leads, but I think just maybe with my personality, I think you gotta do what works for you. I like being there. It's basically like hosting a party, and I love parties, so I love just being out there with everybody and seeing their kids get bigger, and everyone's talking to each other. I love that.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I enjoy, there's a few times that I've been able to make the pie event and was able to meet some of your clients. I
Yeah.
think you had something around Christmas one year too, and
Yeah.
they all love it. They all appreciate you doing it for them,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just a natural fit for you. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Geographic farming, I think, is something that also, when you think about it, a lot of agents don't do it because whatever, they don't think it works, or they do a postcard once and they don't get results. So it must be that method doesn't work and it sucks, as I hear some of them say. But you've kept with it. Maybe you could talk a little about what that's done for you as far as being more known in the community and getting listings from that.
Yes, so we'll make this known. I never started geographic farming until I started at Miranda. Never knew about it, was never taught about it. I don't think anyone else has done it. So again, listening to you and following your mentorship, I live in Rotterdam, so I consistently sell to a few different neighborhoods.
Right.
Colonial Manor, Guilderland, a couple different spots.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to do it consistently. So for the first year I did it, I think 6 times a year. Then I grew it to 8 times a year. Now I've been doing it for almost 8 years.
Right.
Every other month I'm sending out newsletters, postcards, invites to the events,
Right.
things like that.
So you're educating the public,
Yeah.
right, to get to know who you are.
Right.
People do business with whom they know, like, and trust. And even at the tree event, you said that people came up and said, "Hey, I get your newsletters." and-
Yeah.
right, they love it.
That was exciting to shake hands with this family and talk to people that got my newsletter, and I never met them before, but they knew already kind of who I was, and now we got to meet in person.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, let's talk a little about the listings, because I know that you focus a lot on listings, and buyers just kind of come naturally when you have listings, right?
They do.
But listings is what you do very well. You love to leverage your time better using listings.
Yes.
But why, if I was a seller and I said, okay, I want to list my house, and there's 4,000 agents that they could choose from in a capital district, what makes Jen Whipple different than the majority of the agents that are out there? Why not choose someone else versus choosing you?
Well, I do believe with listings and helping a seller, that's helping them sell their biggest asset. So they need to feel comfortable and with someone who is experienced. I've been licensed now for almost 18 years, doing it full time. So I believe I definitely have the background and the knowledge and been through different markets from 2008 till now. And, you know, I'm going to go above and beyond, keep them in communication with vendors, the attorneys, inspections, things like that. And I have a large network of electricians, plumbers, you know, you name it. So if there is something that comes up, I can help them through that quickly.
Yeah, you
very
can move
quickly.
quick, yeah. And you know, experience is the main thing right there, because there are a lot of new agents that come in and out of the business, and they're great agents, right? There's a lot of good people, great intentions, but they don't have those connections. They don't have the experience of being able to move through the transaction quickly, and if you don't do it quickly, what happens is sometimes the deals fall apart.
Things start falling apart.
Yeah, absolutely. So listings you've been very, very good on, marketing wise as well. Let's talk about a tip for some new agents that might be watching this, or even an experienced agent that's maybe in a little bit of a stuck situation, or you know, just not doing the business or hitting the business that they want. What advice would you give, say, to a newer agent coming into the business right now, knowing what you know now, right? 18 years being in the business,
Right.
that you would say, hey, knowing what I know now, here's what I would do different, or here's what I would do if I were in your shoes. What advice would we be able to give them?
You just gotta get your name out there. People have to know who you are. So I would say if you're a newer agent or you're stuck, make sure you have a database of all the people that you know. It can be people that you run into at the grocery store or a diner or different places that you go on a regular basis where they do kind of recognize your face or know you. Try to get their phone number, their emails, so you at least have some people to contact for an event or for a pie event or different things that you might have going on. That would be the main one. I mean, back when I was 18 working at the gym before I started real estate, I went out and flyered cars when that was okay back then.
Right.
You know, I would go and flyer the parking lot, put one on every car. So I mean, you just have to have that hustle in you and do what you got to do to get your name out there.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I know, you know, one of the things that you've been successful with too is helping other businesses promote their business through
Right.
spotlights. Maybe.
Yes, that's another big one, yeah. So I go to a lot of different places, I meet a lot of different people, and one thing that I do love and enjoy are doing business spotlights. Because you're not only helping that business, so they're appreciative that you're highlighting their business and how great it is, and then you share it on social media, not only to your sphere, but to their sphere of influence. So now it's getting twice the amount of exposure or more.
Right.
And then I've actually had other businesses come to me that say they'd love to do a business spotlight. So it's kind of a domino effect, really, because you're really helping each other grow in this
Right.
life, you know.
And you become the hub, right?
Right.
People come to you,
I love that.
businesses come to you, and then, like you said, in return, you get referrals from there. So,
Yes.
and this is why, you know, like I said, 100% of your business is coming from repeat referral and your marketing that you put out there. So,
Correct.
well, awesome. So if someone wanted to get a hold of you, let's say they wanted to list their property or buy a home,
Okay.
what's the best way for them to get a hold of you?
My cell phone is best, 518-577-7760.
All right. So if you're looking to buy or sell a home here in the Capital District, reach out to Jen Whipple and start packing.